My favorite meta in Wild Rift has really come about relatively recently. They introduced an item called Hullbreaker, which is an item that gave you a lot more skill expression in a side lane. It essentially allows you to bulldoze your way through all the way to the Nexus and offers another win condition that was much more difficult to achieve before the item came in. One of my favorite off-meta, flavors has been the mage bot lane meta. It was a bit of a flash in the pan in League PC, but it's something that's existed in Wild Rift from almost the very beginning. Ziggs being the prime example. You can play him in Dragon Lane, and he has been played in Dragon Lane in Pro Play a load. And I think that's one of the things I really love about Wild Rift. Everything feels just a little bit viable. Like, the things that wouldn't have worked elsewhere actually work in Wild Rift, and that's one of the great things about the game. Two content creators that are really good friends of mine are Hell's Devil and Darkbreaker. They somehow mix this kind of informational style with something that's really, really fun to watch. And there is a load of really great content creators outside of the English language space. I just think it's great to see that all of these communities are there creating content daily for Wild Rift in a way that the community can enjoy. There was a point in Wild Rift where everyone was playing something called Ranked Fives, and we grouped up as European content creators and essentially got into a bundle of 5 of us and just jumped into game. And we were creating some of the most ridiculous compositions, just playing really dumb stuff, just not expecting it to work, but then actually coming away with wins. And one of my very specific memories is we matched up against a European pro team. We beat them, and then we put it on YouTube. And then we put all of our faces on this big Lord of the Rings intro, and we beat this pro team, and it was honestly, we came out of that match just going did we just beat that team? That was definitely one of my favorite memories of Wild Rift, especially in the content creation scene. My favorite team attending Icons, and look, I'm going to be really biased, is Team Queso. Mainly because no one really thought that they would get there. No one thought that they would be the team from Europe that would be representing us as the first seed, but they were. And I think that the fact they went from being a massive underdog in the WREC Championship to being the first seed, beating out the absolute clear favorite in the finals, was such an amazing story because it's not just the first time they did it. They did the same thing last year as well. I'm rooting for them, and they're also, definitely my favorite team attending. For me, the dream of what Wild Rift can achieve is almost a cultural shift in terms of how we, especially in Europe and North America, approach mobile games. You go to Korea, you go to Japan, you go to Southeast Asia, you go to China, mobile gaming culture is so wildly different. It is a primary form of entertainment to a lot of people. My hope with Wild Rift is that strength of IP that League of Legends has is enough to start some cultural shifts in Europe and North America.